Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be looking at my pineapple plant. So I don't know if you watched my video from, it was about 6 months ago. I did a video on how I started this pineapple plant, and as you can see it's coming along quite nice. This was one that I started just from the top of a pineapple. I just twisted it off, removed a few of the bottom leaves, and basically shoved it in the dirt, and away it grew. So that was about this time last year. So this is the results of a pineapple 1 year later, and it's doing really good actually. It's taking off. It grew outside all last summer once it took root, and then it came inside the house for the fall. I've just moved it back out to the greenhouse here to do the transplant on it, because I can see little roots are coming out the bottom of the pot now. So I think it's time for a bigger pot. I also noticed that it's really hard to keep it watered. Every time I walk by it, it just seems to be bone dry, like the water's just being sucked up. So we're going to give it a bigger pot today. You can check out the roots with me. So this was, as I say, the pineapple top, so it had no roots whatsoever when I started this last year. And in the update I gave in about July, it had some new growth coming out of it, but nothing like this. You can still see the original plant. A few of the leaves went black on it, so I just kind of cut them like this just to clean it up a little bit. That was a long time ago though. Nothing's really gone black since. There's a bit of a yellow leaf coming here, but I think that's just a natural process. So as I say, I started this just by twisting it off, throwing it in dirt. Last time I was in Hawaii, we actually went to a pineapple plantation, so that was kind of cool. I got to see how they grew in the wild, and I can't remember. I think that's what inspired me to actually do this, to start my own. And they do start their pineapples kind of like that as well, some of the time. And I know there's a lot of people that use the water method, where you put the pineapple in some water first and try to get the roots to grow. But I figured when I started this, that's not how they do it in Hawaii. That's not how they do it in pineapple plantations. They do take the pineapple top and replant it, but they just shove it straight in the dirt. And talking to them there, they said, it really doesn't matter about the quality of dirt. Pineapples are a great plant. They will take all the water you can give them, but if you don't have any water to give them, they will survive drought just fine as well. So they're just super low maintenance. If you got the watering can around, water them. If they're dry, it doesn't even matter. I'm sure, although it would over long term. The other interesting fact with pineapples is it does take a few years before this one pineapple plant would produce another pineapple. Here in Canada, I can't say that it's ever really going to get big enough. Or if it does, it might take even more than a few years than growing in a sunny field in Hawaii. So I'm sure my growth is much, much slower. But yeah, I'm happy with 1 year's growth. So anyways, why don't we go over this way? I have got some stuff laid out, and we'll repot this guy together and see what it looks like inside. Okay, so I got the ingredients laid out, and I'm just going to do a mixture of a potting mix, and I'm going to add some perlite to it for some drainage for this pineapple. The soil isn't too important, I've been told, from people who grow pineapples, but I think drainage is fairly important. So this looks like kind of rich and dark soil, so I'm just going to add a little bit of perlite there to the mix, and that way I'll just have a bit better drainage. At first it always looks like you mix so much perlite in, but really by the time it's mixed in, it won't be that much at all. Alright. I am going to be putting it into this size pot here, so it's going to be going up from, I don't know, a tall 4-inch pot to a 1 gallon pot. And let's have a look at the roots. I I'm excited. I think that you can see at the bottom maybe. I wonder if I can angle this good enough so that you can see. There's like little bits of roots coming out at the bottom, like right here. So tells me that it's time to be transplanted, and it's actually getting so big it's like top heavy. Look at that. Went from no roots to look at the root system on there. Who says bromeliads don't have good roots? Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew that pineapples are in the bromeliad family. So it's one of the, I think it's the only bromeliad that we eat, but I could be wrong on that one. Look at the roots though, that's amazing. Now this soil is pretty fresh, so I'm not going to be too worried about disrupting the roots. I'm basically just going to drop it into a new mix. And so you can see the mix that it was in was very similar to what I'm creating now. A dark, rich soil with some perlite in there. No wonder this thing has trouble staying moist in there. The roots just suck everything up. Huh. Amazing. So, got everything sort of laid out here. Maybe I'll just back the camera up a little bit. There we go. Alright. Now I like to use a fairly dry mix. It's not completely dry, but still pretty light and powdery, so it spreads around the roots a little bit more. So yeah, that's fantastic. Push down there. How do you think? That's probably going to be a much nicer pot for it. Really is a better size. It's even proportionately, it looks like a better size pot for the plant. I always use these white trays here in the greenhouse. They're just dollar store trays, but I make such a mess when I'm doing stuff. Transplanting is, I would have such a dirty floor, and my floor is not overly clean now. So I'm going to try to keep it in the middle of the pot. The good thing about pineapples compared to orchids, I guess, is they don't sort of walk out of the pot on you. You know where you put it is where it's going to stay. And I'm trying not to put any, get any dirt inside here because it'd be really hard to clean out. Unlike other bromeliads, I've never bothered to put water in the top of the pineapple. I'm kind of paranoid about it rotting. I guess in the wild though, when it rains, it would fill with water, but I've never actually tried that with this. I think I'm paranoid of it rotting because this was my second attempt on a pineapple. When I started them last January or February, the first one I tried, the crown actually started rotting out. I tried not to get it wet or anything, but it just decided to rot out. So, alright. No, it's going to pack down a little bit, and honestly, I don't want it full to the brim. I hate it when I accidentally put too much soil in, and when you water it, the water just runs out the sides instead of staying in the pot. So, just try to pack that down a little bit. And there we go. The pineapple should be good for another year now. I am happy about its growth. Really happy. So, anyways, now hopefully you guys will take up the challenge too. Grow a pineapple in your house. This one is done just as good in the house as it did outdoors. Now's the time to do it when there's not much gardening going on. As I say, I did just the dirt method like this. Didn't have to do the water method where I floated in the water. I figured that was pretty unnatural anyways. And yeah, I'll give you guys another update on this in, well, maybe around the summertime. We'll see how it's doing. See if there's any extra growth on it. So, I hope you liked this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And I think now I'm going to do a second video for you guys for this weekend. So, I'll get started on that ASAP. I just got to clean up my mess.